In the 70s, gaming was a real generational thing. I mean, the parents didn't understand it was really a generation gap.
It was the 70s. It was the Carter administration. They're like, what is this black and white TV? It can do more than play reruns of I Love Lucy?
A kid playing games in the 70s, they were seeing the earliest games, something that had never been seen before. It was a real innovation.
And they watched a bar go like this, hitting a ball back and forth, and they were fascinated.
Parents, older kids weren't really interested, so it was kind of a teenage thing.
Like, everyone was high. It was the 70s.
The 2600 was out, and I think I got that as a Christmas gift. And boy, we played the heck out of that thing.
I think, well, when people think of the 1970s, they either think of Pong or Space Invaders. I think those are the two biggest game changers.
The first game I ever played was in the 70s, and it was a cocktail cabinet version of Space Invaders.
It was one of the early arcade games, and it really stood out for what it created.
It was the first game that actually, used a continue system, which was kind of revolutionary. It was the first game that actually kept a high score on the screen for you, which was mind-blowing considering Pong would only go up to, I think, 12.
I certainly remember Space Invaders fondly. I was on the road with a band during a summer. While we were on the road, we were in Pennsylvania for 3 weeks. And a local arcade had the Space Invaders game, and it was like, I was a pinball player before that. I was into games, but to see the Space Invaders, the beat of it, the intensity of it is like a whole different thing. So we were kind of hooked.
There were just, geeky kids, D&D kids who were like, I'm gonna go play Space Invaders instead of talk to girls.
I mean, that carried us through to 82 or whatever until the whole game industry kind of crashed.